recap, Broncos hosting Raiders. Battle of teams looking to take control of the AFC West. Chiefs in that mix for sure. But this is an important matchup in the start of that, as the Raiders will stall out and punt to the Broncos. And the Broncos will stall out and punt to the Raiders. A penalty by Shelby Harris gives them a good start, but Van Ginkel a sack, and that will be a punt as well. So defenses holding serve to start this game, but a touchdown. Devonta Smith, 55 yards. Denver on top, 7-0. Raiders have got to get something moving here, and Marquise Brown gets them close to scoring range. Couple first downs in a row here as Marquise Brown again into the red zone, first and goal and touchdown. Zach Ertz, 7 all game. Denver looking to keep their momentum going here as they pick up a couple first downs. Mayer, the grab down inside the 30. Johnston gets one into the red zone after the Collins grab. First and goal, third and goal from the 2, and they get stopped. Incomplete pass, if they go for it. They will not. 10-7 game. Raiders a chance to take the lead in the 2-minute drill. Penalty by Barton, going to give him a good shot at it. Second and 4 and touchdown. Zach Ertz, his second of the day. 30 seconds remaining for Denver, as they will get a couple big shots and they get a field goal off. So a huge end of half surge makes it a 1-point game as the Broncos are looking to get another chunk here. 28 yards, take the lead back. Third and 7. They get inside the red zone. Nico, another grab. And touchdown, Denver. Devonta Smith. They go for 2. They cannot get it. A 5-point game as a sack. Bradley Chubb gets in there and a punt away. So Broncos a chance to take control of the game. First and goal, and they do just that. Rashad White touchdown. A 12-point lead now as the Raiders have got to get their offense unleashed here. Start of our fourth quarter. They're marching a bit, but now a third and 10, and they don't get it. Another sack by Van Ginkel. What a season he is having so far for them. But an interception, Elijah Molden back to the 14, gives the Raiders a quick chance to strike. Ertz gets the hat trick as he gives them a 5-point deficit faced again, and they get a quick 3 and out. So just like that, the game flipped on its head, but the Denver defense remains very sturdy, is I guess the word I'm looking for. But yeah, Denver's defense in the end giving them the advantage they needed. An 8-point game now as the Raiders have got to pick it up. Cortland Sutton, 26 yards, minute 17, under a minute's play, 30 seconds left. Touchdown, 2-point conversion pending. They get it, 29 all. To overtime we go. Raiders will start with the ball. And they've not been consistent today, but they've done what they needed to get here, thanks in part to that Molden interception. Fourth and inches, will they go for it? They go for it and get it, but then an interception by Brisker. The Broncos just need a field goal. They don't get it. All the Raiders need is the field goal now. Can they get into field goal range? They cannot. Another tie for both of these teams. 29 all. Oh, man. So the big, conversion on fourth down, and you just think to yourself, like, man, the Raiders are gonna do it. But then the pick and the quick 3 and out by the Broncos. Man, what a game! Jeez, McCaffrey just not quite the dynamic game we maybe needed out of him to win it outright. But Devonta Smith, what a day! Nico as well. Godicke struggles. 3 sacks for Van Ginkel, 2.5 for Crosby, sack and a half for Jerzon Newton, Brisker and Molden the picks, some deflections, no forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, and no defensive touchdowns. So that'll do it. Another tie. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, well, welcome to a rainy Lucas Oil Stadium. All right. Retractable roof, but not going to retract it. Anyway, Foyesad, Aluakon, the interception and giving the Falcons a good starting field position as they march right on down. Third and 3, first and goal at the 1, touchdown. Bucky Irving. So 7-0 game for them. Another interception, this one AJ Terrell inside the red zone yet again, and another touchdown. This one caught by Jaden Reed. 14-0 game. Different vibe to start this one here as the Colts just cannot get anything moving. as Atlanta cannot be denied. Bucky Irving, 71-yard touchdown on a 3rd and 1, 21 nothing here as we kind of get a mercy rule going into effect as a 21-point game, end of a quarter. But we'll see if Atlanta can just kind of keep putting it on them. 3rd and 1 after an offsides and a 1st and goal and touchdown again. Justice Hill gets a grab, 28 nothing. Colts, can they get something going? They get a first down, 2-minute drill. 3rd and 2, they pick up first down thanks to a penalty. First down inside the red zone, and they get a touchdown. Pittman the grab, so a 28-7 game. So we head to half. Atlanta starts with the ball, although they basically did start with the ball twice in a row, thanks to the 2 interceptions. A 3rd and 7. They don't get it. Will they go for it here? They will not. They understand the advantage they do hold and are not necessarily looking to rub it in, I guess, as we'll call it. 3rd and 12, they do not get it. Punt it away. Colts with good field position, but not with good execution. As the Falcons, I mean, I'm going a little fast here. This game has been over since the very beginning. They're just tacking on some extra points essentially to the end of this. As the Colts marching, they get a touchdown. Bam Douglas, 34-14. They recover the onside kick, and 4th and inches, they'll just punt it. And so 2 minutes. Let's see if the Colts can get up to 20 points. And they can. Pittman, his second of the day. And they'll recover the onside, kneel it out. 34-21 victory for the Falcons, and one they did not have to sweat at all for. Basically won the game in the first 3 minutes. Field settled in nicely. Had a decent game after that. Obviously still running Frank Gore Jr. at the back. Bucky Irving. Didn't need to do a ton of rushing, but when he did, very efficient. Pittman, Nakua leading the way in yards. Aeneas Peebles, a nice day. Cam Jordan also getting a sack. Terrell and the Luke on the picks. Kenshin Senior still the deflections. There was a forced fumble in there, but that'll do it. What a win from Atlanta. Just keep marching. Big matchup here. One of our bigger ones of the week. Giants versus Bears. Two playoff teams here in the NFC. Bears leading their division. Giants fell to the Eagles and have fallen a game back, but are one of our favorites in the NFC. But they'll start with a punt back to the Bears. Bears defense holding on our first test. Giants holding serve as well, getting a stop. 3rd and 5 coming up. They pick it up past midfield. They go 3rd and 2. They don't get this one. We'll see if they kick it or go for it. They go for it and get sacked. Michael Williams, the rookie, gets a big time play, but unfortunately, Walter Nolan on the other end sees the rookie go after it and thinks, I can do that. I can do it twice. I was to say, you do it 3 times, that'd been great. But Walter Nolan, dominant series for him. 3rd and 9, not picked up, punted away. Defense is having a huge first half. Can the Bears break through as Dexter Lawrence the sack? The Bears cannot break through. And a long touchdown, Mike Evans, 80 yards. He breaks the stalemate, 7-0 Giants. Bears will have a 2-minute drill. And they get into decent range. Can they get kickoff? They can. So a 7-3 game as the Bears will start with the ball in the second half. Dameon Pierce, 25-yard grab, 3rd and 7. They can't get it. 7-6. Giants got to keep moving it here. 3rd and 5. They pick it up. 3rd and inches. They don't get it. Will they go for it again? They go for it again and miss it again. Stroud not execute on these 4th downs. 3rd and 15, and an interception by Tranquil, the new addition from the Chargers. He comes in and makes a big time play, but Mike Hill gets another sack. A touchdown. Tucker Kraft, the addition for them, paying off in successive series. The pick and then the touchdown. 14-6 game as the Bears look to even the odds, but they cannot. Walter Nolan, a 3rd sack of the day. A great punt down to the half-yard line. Sets them up to basically not do much and get great field position back, but another sack by Thibodeau this time. And a touchdown. Juwan Jennings, 49-yarder. They'll have to go for 2, and they get it. All squared up at 14. Giants got to look to answer here. 1st and 20. 3rd and 4. They pick it up down to the 10. Jalen Waddle, a big time play, and the Giants Waddle getting into the end zone 20-14 as the Bears now on the back foot. They pick up a first down, though I didn't know how far they got. They keep it moving. Second 7, third and 7, third and 12 after a false start. Fourth and 12, this is it. And they get into the end zone. Ayuk 22 yards. The extra point, they go for two and they don't get it. So they went for the win here, not playing for the tie, and they lose by a single point. I love the aggressiveness, just could not pull it off. What a game here, as both teams really trading blows. Stroud had a clean day. Pretty solid effort for him, no doubt. Stafford does throw the pick, but also a good job from him. Both rushing attacks, not great, but they also probably didn't lose in the game. Mike Evans, the big 80-yard touchdown that broke open the scoring today. Andrew Thomas struggled on the edge, working against the rookie Michael Williams. Walter Nolan, he ends up with 2 sacks. He has got a couple half sacks. Michael, 2.5. Um, Tranquil gets that pick. Deflection by Dexter Lawrence. Brian Branch forced the fumble, but it wasn't recovered. No blocks, no safeties, and no defense touchdowns. So, what a game. Giants escape with a 1-point victory here on the road, and we will keep things moving on the old recap. The old day here in Jersey. The Browns are heading to town here, trying to upset this Jets team that has made some big time swings here to try and make a big push in the AFC. So we'll see how this one goes. Browns have been a scrappy team, but unfortunately not a good one, as we see the Grant Delpit pick six, 7-0 Jets. But a Rashee Rice 70-yard touchdown answers them right back, 7-all, as the Jets stall out yet again. Browns trying to get out of their own end zone and throwing another pick. Tariq Woolen this time gets the interception, and the Jets are able to capitalize. James Conner, the 1-yard touchdown run, 14-7. Browns going the wrong way. Jets trying to sustain a drive. They get a first down, 3rd and 10. They don't get this one. Not been a good day for the Jets offense. Their defense has been the playmakers for them, but a short field yet again, and they're just going to march right down. So another short field touchdown set up for the offense. So again, still not feeling like a great day by them, but the defense has been spectacular today. See if the offense can sustain a full drive here on their own. They are doing great so far. 2-minute warning hit, but an interception. Marcus Epps, and they're not going to be able to do anything with it, of course, but they at least give them a chance. That does hit the end of the first half. No points extra for the Jets. Defense for the Browns continues to hold serve well when they are given a chance. The offense has just got to be better. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 2. They pick up the first down. Another first down in the red zone. They go 3rd and 4, and touchdown Browns. Rice makes it a 1-score game. Jets offense got to get moving, and they do. Cooper Kupp, 45-yard touchdown, 28-14, as the Browns gotta keep moving it. As the defense finally breaks. 1st and 10, 3rd and 3. They don't get it. They got to go for this, though. And they don't get it. Cam Ward thrown away. Penalty and a safety. So, I mean, it's not going to help them too much in the grand scheme of things, but it does make it just a little bit more possible to get the ball right back. As they do get the touchdown, Pickens gets in, and they are a 5-point deficit away, as the Jets are going to look to put them away. 3rd and 6. They pick up the first down. That's going to ice it. Touchdown, James Conner, 35-23, as 2-minute warning was hit. Not enough time for 2 scores. Not even enough time for 1. Oh, never mind. There was time for 1. Tetsuroy McMillan gets into the end zone. A 35-30 win for the Jets. The Browns, I think you have to feel good about your offense starting to put it together. It has not been a good season for them on offense. So for them to put up 30 points in the end against a really good defense is very encouraging, though you could have done without the picks that got them there. For the Jets, I think you started to put together the offense a little bit, but this was definitely a step back for them as an offense. Drake London does get 93 yards. Ted McMillan's hit 69 yards. Corvette allows 2 sacks. Demario Davis leads the way in tackles in his first game. Franklin Myers with both the sacks. And forced in the fumble, recovering it as well. So Delpit had a huge day picking that. touchdown as well. So Billings gets safety, and that will do it. So that's all I got for you in this one. Jets win in a thrilling back and forth game. Not too much back and forth, I guess. But a high scoring game. Well, the Browns made interesting, so yeah, that's something. Anyway, 35-30. See you in the next one. We are in Tampa Bay. The Patriots at 0-8-1, taking on the 2-6 Bucks. Bucks here looking to boost up a Rookie of the Year case for Tyler Show. He's had a nice last couple of weeks to really cement himself into that race. Cam Ward putting up 300 yards and 4 touchdowns right before this game starts that out. But Genty, a different rookie, will get our first touchdown of the day, 7-0. On this end, a Rookie of the Year case for Jackson Dart has not gone so great. They're going to look to try to get something moving more for him and see if they can't throw their hat in the ring a little bit as Patriots stall out yet again. Penalty, it kills the Bucks drive. As there we go, we're moving a little. And then an interception, Jalen Simpson the pick, and Bucks are in the red zone. They'll take a 10-0 lead. Halfway through our second quarter, the Patriots will punt it again. Bucks had to go the length of the field. They're marching methodically so far. 2-minute warning and touchdown Godwin, 51-yarder, 17-0. The Bucks firm control of the game. Can the Patriots put up some points before the end of the half? They cannot, as Dean gets the pick, and that will take us to halftime. The Patriots not able to start, and it has not looked great to start our second half. But good field position on a short punt, but they cannot even get a single first down. So field position don't matter if you do nothing with it. Patriots first down here on 3rd and inches. I thought they had the first down actually right away, but they did end up actually getting it in the end. Into scoring range for the first time today, and they will go for it on. Actually, they won't. They'll miss a 41-yard kick, so still shut out today. Bucks defense pitching a great game, even though that should have been points. 20-0 as the Patriots look to just get on the board somehow, some way. 4th and 6, they convert, and a touchdown. Mecole Hardman gets them into the end zone, and the Bucks will start with a short field thanks to the failed onside kick. 1st and goal, and they will run the clock out. So a 20-7 victory for the Bucks. Doing so in convincing fashion, basically controlling the game throughout, though not the kind of game they had hoped for through the air. I mean, neither team, but only 200 yards, just the 1 touchdown. But Dart does the picks. Genty, not a great day either, so just a defensive slog in this one. And that'll do it. So that's all I got for you today. We'll catch you in the next recap game. All right, and this is my most looking forward to game here. Buffalo versus Miami. 2 teams battling out in the AFC East. Miami looking to get one up on this AFC East run that they just haven't been great in. Buffalo, one of the best teams in the league this year, looking to keep a grasp on their race for the number 1 seed. Obviously, Houston does have that at 7-0-1. But Buffalo has played some really good football to this point, but a short kick and an interception will Harris the pick, as that's going to be a tough one for Tua. But only a kick, so both defenses really come into play today. 52-yarder from Jake Bates gets them on the board, and a Devin Lloyd penalty gives the Dolphins a good chance at points themselves. 1st and goal and touchdown. Trevor Etienne getting into the end zone, 7-3 lead and a pick. This time Darius Slay gives them a short field yet again, can take a 2-score lead, and they do. DeAndre Hopkins, so a 14-3 game. Buffalo's got to turn it around here in the 2-minute drill, and they're doing a good job so far. A minute left, 2nd and 8, 1st and goal down to the 2, and touchdown Buffalo. Brian Thomas Jr. gets into the end zone. 35 seconds for Miami, and they're going to take the sack and take it to half. Buffalo trailing by 4, and they have to punt. So defenses regroup, and they get a stop for Miami at least. But Miami's offense keeps it moving. And there's the sack. Tyre Tart gets the sack. Both defenses start strong, and a safety by Miami gives them the ball back and a 6-point lead. Field goal makes it a 2-score game, but a fumble by Fuller, and an interception by Slay is second of the day, down to the 1. Touchdown Miami. The errors from Josh Allen continuing to pile up on Buffalo. Things are not looking good for them. They need a touchdown drive, and they don't get it. They get a stop at least, but this has got to be it for them. And punt again. Miami's defense playing an excellent game. Their offense, I mean, has given them a lot. Penalty gives them a big chunk, and that's going to be an ice. Yeah, that's ice in it there. DeAndre Hopkins, so a 31-10 lead for Miami. Another pick, this one by Bolton. So Josh Allen having his worst day in a while, as they will be routed here by Miami. So the Jets looking to Miami and saying, "Thank you, Josh. 3 picks, 1 touchdown, like 43.8 passer rating. Not a great day from Tua necessarily either. Harris on the ground, a much more efficient day. ETN also getting that touchdown, but just a beautiful day to be a Dolphin." And the safety by Bolton, and that will do it. So that's our game. What a win for Miami, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, here we are in Minnesota. The Vikings playing host to the Ravens. Vikings, another one of these teams waving the white flag. Ravens making some moves to try to bolster their AFC playoff race. And we'll see if this pays off for them in this first game here. Minnesota, obviously not the season they were hoping for coming into this. So they're just hoping to kind of keep things competitive as Lamar Jackson's touchdown run gets them started. Really, I mean, if you're Minnesota, you're really hoping you figure out the offense down the stretch here. It's not been a season to remember on offense, so you just got to figure out what you got to do, what you need to work on going into the offseason. And that's kind of where we're at. Um, you know, it could take quite the run here to come off, and they just cannot get out of their own way. I mean, it's a negative play on first down and 10 every drive. As the Ravens, another touchdown, Miles Sanders, 14-0 game for them. 3 and out by the Vikings. A terrible punt as well, as the Ravens jump out to a even bigger lead, 17-0. Vikings not able to put up points before the end of the half, and they do get a first down at least. Then they decide to go backwards. Now, offsides on a punt. It's just not the way you want to work. Gotta go the whole length of the field again. Sticking on the ground this time as they hoped they would get more than that, and they get sacked. So they end up getting a stop, a good stop too. Then they turn it over. So that was a fumble. Figured so. And that will be enough to, end this game 20-0. They already were going to be pretty dire as far as pulling it off, but will they put up some points here in garbage time? The answer is yes. So 20-7 game, familiar score. Vikings fall to 1-7-1. Ravens, not quite the efficient game you'd hope for, but they do win, so that's all that really matters. As Raku gets 2 sacks. Nice day for him as edge 2 now. Humphrey forced to recover the fumble. No block, no safeties, no touchdowns. That'll do it. Alright, well, pretty uneventful game, but Ravens win it comfortably. We'll see you in the next one. News here in Carolina as the Panthers play host to the Saints. Saints again down Kyler. I'm going to have to manage with Jimmy Garoppolo yet again as they look to get to 500. Panthers looking to rebound after a sluggish start. Sorry, sneezing tacked on me there. Zerlin, 53-yard kick is good as the Saints are going to look to answer. And they struggle to do so. Touchback on the way. Panthers looking to take a 2-score lead, and they do just that. DK, a 48-yard touchdown. They missed the extra point, but that is a 2-score lead, and the Panthers getting a pick. Jalen Phillips in coverage is going to get it, as they will not score off of it, but it does halt some momentum. And another pick, this one Rasul Douglas, as the Panthers now get another touchdown up on the board. DK, his second of the day, a 16-point lead. And another pick, Jeremy Chin this time, and the route is on. 19-0 game. Saints here just looking for some momentum. Second and 15, and they will make the kick, so a 19-3 game as the Panthers now get another completion. 4th and 10. They don't try for the field goal. They go for the punt. That'll take us to half. Saints down by 16. Need a touchdown probably here to feel good about things. They don't get it. They punt. But a pick the other way. Cedric Gray gets it. And a touchdown. Darnell Mooney as they go for two and don't get it. So still a two-score game as Carolina's going to look to open things up, and they do. Romo Dunze, he is their definitive number one receiver here now, and he gets up a touchdown. DK as number two has had a nice day. Carolina's going to win this one, just a matter of by how much at this point, as they're going to march down the field once more. And touchdown, Zay Jones. So a good start to this new era of Carolina football as they're going to put up 40 points. I guess I probably should wait to see who. Zay Jones, another grab. And New Orleans just looking to make it a little bit more appealing of a loss. They put up a field goal. And Carolina will run the game out. So a 40-12 victory. Game definitely hung in the balance for longer than you expected for a game like this, where the score ended up so lopsided, but in the end, just not enough out of this Saints offense to keep them at bay. Greener 2 sacks in his debut here. Alright, so that'll do it. 40-12 game. Not a lot of drama in the end of this thing, so we will catch you guys in the next one. All right, another game up here, a NFC West matchup as the Seahawks play host to the Cardinals. Seahawks again, not same boat as the Vikings, not the season they had hoped for to start. Some small hope they could turn it around, very talented team, but Arizona, one of our very best offenses, comes to town here. They start with a field goal. And as Seattle looks to answer, and they're getting a strong push here, 1st and goal and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson, 7-3 game, 3rd and 10. They get the stop, so a great start here for Seattle. But can they capitalize as they stall out here after the penalty? And now here come the Cardinals, sacked by Dallas Turner, and that kills the momentum. So big time play from their young edge rusher. Unfortunately, they cannot capitalize further as they stall out just shy of midfield. So these defenses are holding the serve today. This Cardinals team, though one of the best offenses, still statistically have had a lot of slow starts here. Their defense has stymied a lot of these moments for them and kept them in these games while the offense was getting reared up. This time only 3 points in that first half. As Seattle has broken through. Hawkinson a 35-yard grab. 3rd and 17. Not quite enough. Will they go for it here? They go for it, and Bijan is stuffed. So Arizona's defense once again giving him an opportunity. But a 3rd and 20, and then another sack. Travis Jones gets in there, and that will give him such a short field to do nothing with. But an interception. Bobby Wagner back to the 26. And he'd only not go backwards, and a missed kick. My lord. So the Seahawks offense has absolutely nothing going for them right now, as they continue to do nothing positive, either 0 yards or sacks. But they just need some small glimmer of hope here. A kick would have been it, but it turned out not to be. And now going backwards yet again, they punt, and now it's 4 down territory for Arizona. They don't do it. They only need a couple first downs. They're going to start with a penalty, and they don't get anything again. Arizona, 3rd and 18. Travis Jones sack, 2 and a warning hit. Another sack, 4th and 27. Travis Jones again, and another sack, Jared Verse. So they didn't need anything in the end. An ugly, ugly game here. A 7-3 game. No points scored in our second half, though Seattle had 2 deep trips that could have, been 2 field goals to ice it, or even just one to give them a touchdown lead. But a game to forget for both of these quarterbacks here. Only the one interception of them between it, but honestly, it feels worse than even a game with a bunch of picks. Neither team ran the ball great, though Kamara definitely more efficient. Ridley had a nice day at least. The offensive line of the Cardinals really struggled. As Travis Jones, 4.5 sacks on the day. 2 tackle losses as well. Brzee gets 2 sacks. Second half reverse. Bobby Wagner, the pick. But yeah, Travis Jones, hero of the day for Seattle, gets on the victory, and that will do it for us here. A shocking result, not the game we expected from this Arizona Cardinals offense, as they are going to be scratching their head looking for answers with this one. But the recap rolls on. We got another NFC West matchup up next, I believe, as the Rams and Niners face off. We'll see you there. Here we are, Rams heading to San Francisco to take on the Niners. Rams can do their counterparts, the Cardinals, a huge favor by taking care of the Niners and keeping this division race close. But we do not start off great for them. 3rd and 7, they cannot pick it up. Penalties and sacks plaguing this week of ACFL football. But the Rams have found an edge here. 4th and inches, will they go for it? They do not. They punt away, but a solid drive. Some glimmer of hope here in this, or this brutal middle stretch that has had the defenses with a firm advantage. But that's not going to be it. A very short punt with a return as they get one big play. Boyd, they're into scoring range. 3rd and 5, they don't get it. Points on the board, 3-0 Rams. And the Niners, emboldened by some points on the other side, decide to do some work themselves as they match their 3 with 3 of their own. And the Rams, methodical, but the false start going to knock them back. Lost the 2 by Braylon Allen. 2nd and 17, and they cannot pick it up. They punt. Minute to go for the Niners as they look to put up some points and get the lead, but they will not be able to do so. 3-3 game. Rams start with the ball. Igbuka, big play. And Io Maynard getting another one too. 1st and goal and a touchdown in the game here. A penalty that was declined or was not on the defense. Who knows? But a touchdown nonetheless. The Niners now looking to answer. They get bolstered by a penalty. 1st and goal, and they answer right away. So just like that, back-to-back touchdowns. We got this game off and running now. Rams at a 3rd and 14. They cannot pick it up. Niners seeking the lead. They cannot do it either. So defenses have decided to answer the bell essentially. But a pick by Brandon Jones, short field, as the Niners march into the red zone, 4th and 5, and they miss a 28-yard kick. Devastating blow for them as the Rams look to capitalize on this opportunity. They get a couple first downs more inside the 20 as a 2-minute warning hit here. 4th and 2, field goal good. Minute 25, no timeouts for the Niners. And they're going to go 4 and out. The Rams will win it 13-10. What a game here. The Rams needed one badly, and they get it here. So, I mean, not a clean game by quarterbacks again in this one. Pollard, 44 yards and a touchdown, but didn't run the ball efficient. Boyd had a nice day, so you feel good about that. Frazier struggles on the interior. Fred Warner, couple tackle for loss here. Byron Murphy, difference maker. Brandon Jones, the pick. But no forced fumbles. No, that will do it. What a game here. Obviously, that short kick by the Niners going to haunt them as they wait at 5-5 for next week. So, all right. What, 2 more recap games left? Yeah, I think 2 more. We'll keep moving. We are on Sunday night football as the Chargers play host to the Steelers. Let's see if the defensive theme of the afternoon and evening slate here will continue. Chargers, Steelers, 2 teams near the middle to top. Well, Steelers are the top defense. Chargers have been more middle of the pack. It's been their strength so far this year, although they haven't had a great run of it. As a 3-0 start for the Chargers. Steelers get a stop there, and we'll go 3-and-out. So Chargers defense holding serve so far. Can the Steelers break through? They cannot, as they will punt after a false start. 2nd and 14. They get another first down. Chargers marching here. And a touchdown. Khalil Shakir. So the Chargers 10-0 start. Steelers finally waking up on offense as they will get points at the very least. Halfway through our second quarter, Von Miller the sack. And Von Miller back-to-back sacks. Steelers had a good drive, but they will not continue momentum. Another sack, Jalen Carter this time, but a first down anyway. Chargers overcoming adversity, but that will be all they can do, as there's not enough time for the Steelers, who have not been explosive today. They do at least start with the ball. Second half, they got to make a comeback here. 1st and goal, touchdown, Evan Ingram. So they even things up at 10. Chargers going backwards. TJ Watt the sack, but then a penalty on Jimmy Ward gives them new life. 3rd and 26, and they go backwards on 3 straight plays. Von Miller the sack, no points out of the big penalty. 3rd and 8, they cannot convert. Punt down to the 10, and they will go 3 and out. So the Steelers needing something here, and they get Diggs and a long run. Derrick Henry 37-yard touchdown. 7 minutes to play. Chargers need a touchdown to even things up. They have not been able to avoid the negative play in this second half as the Steelers look to put the game out of reach, marching down, but they cannot do so. An opportunity for the Chargers. 4th and 16 comes up. Von Miller, another sack, and they will not get it. So the Steelers will run the game out. A 17-10 victory. Not a very clean one, but a victory nonetheless. The Chargers here gave them a good fight, but just missed on a couple opportunities. That 3-sack run really is a dagger in the heart there. Neither quarterback had a fun day from what it looked like. But Dak comes out on top. Both quarterbacks pretty similar performance. Derrick Henry, the big run, ends up being the difference. That 37-yard touchdown. Obviously, nothing out of this Chargers run game except for Herbert. James Williams, 81 yards. Shakir, 100 yards and a touchdown. Diggs, 84 as well. Dominic Pooney, jeez, struggling at left tackle against Von Miller. No way around it. It's just our rough day. Havenstein struggles again his debut with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah, maybe it wasn't a good idea to trade for the guy who had just given up 6 sacks in 2 weeks. But Von Miller, 5.5 sacks. TJ gets 2. Wharton with 2. But wow. Whew. What a day. What a day for these offensive lines, huh? Jimmy Ward, Pete Warner forced fumbles. Neither were recovered. And that will do it. Bloody day here for these quarterbacks. Pittsburgh wins 17-10. Got 1 game left. The end of our recap show. Green Bay playing host to Philly here on Monday Night Football. Packers looking to get into this divisional race, but they're going to face a tall task to doing that, as the Eagles, obviously a powerhouse, and they are marching and get into the end zone. A.J. Brown, 23-yard touchdown. So Packers, if they win this game, they enter a tie for the division lead, I think. Bears are at 5-4. They get a 7-3 deficit to face, though, as the Eagles just continue to erase long yardages. They cannot on that 3rd and 11, though. Touchback. Packers, an opportunity to take the lead as they are marching 3rd and 1. They get it. 3rd and 5. They do not get that one. They take the field goal. 7-6 game as the Eagles look to put up an 8-point lead. Looks like they'll do just that. Von Ra, touchdown. 14-6. Packers missing a opportunity at 6. And they go for it, get it, but they're running low on time. And they do get in the end zone. Zay Flowers, 16-yard touchdown. So at the buzzer here, they make it a 1-point game yet again. Eagles start with the ball, 3rd and 5. They pick it up. 3rd and 15. They can't quite get that one. So Packers a chance to take the lead. But they will not be able to do so. This Eagles defense obviously as tall a task as the offense is. And they get another stop, though. Packers defense playing some big opportunistic football. Can the offense give them a lead to defend? Alec Pierce, 19 yards, and down to the 25. 3rd and 5. They cannot get a touchdown, but they do get the lead 16-14 as we start our 4th quarter off, as the Eagles here marching, trying to get the lead back. 1st and 10. 3rd and 1. Not quite going to get the stop. Touchdown, Eagles. So a 5-point game. Packers need a touchdown. And a big conversion on 3rd and 5. 3rd and 2. They get it again. 3rd and 10. They can't get it. Will they go for it? They take the kick. 3 minutes left. Eagles needing just a first down to ice it. They can't do it. Green Bay only needs a field goal with 2 minutes to go. And they get into field goal range. Minute 48 left. 3rd and 3. And they can't pick it up. Field goal is good. 1-point game as the Eagles now have 1 minute and 5 seconds. and the Eagles won't have the time. Green Bay pulls it off, a 22-21 victory here at home. Green Bay pulls off the improbable upset, and they have entered, I believe, a tie in the division, though I guess I'm not sure I remember exactly the deficit, but my lord, what a change in fortunes for this Green Bay team. They beat arguably our very best team in the league. As what a game, what a performance from especially this defense for the Packers, as they managed to hold them just enough. Barkley was excellent throughout, and even a good game from Love or from Hurts, but in the end, just enough done by the Packers to come out on top. Parsons sack and a half. No forced fumbles, so that'll do it. Clean game, but just enough done by Green Bay to pull off the victory. What a way to end our recap, and I'll see you guys for our last game, Texans Jags.